eastern Himalayas, nurturing an ancient region, an intermingling of traditions and faiths. It's one of India's lesser-known regions, unexplored, remote and exotic for most. But times are changing. As a filmmaker, I have always wanted to explore the northeast of India. I'm here on a journey of discovery, an exploration through India's Misty Mountains. Paket Tiger Reserve is a different world. A unique forest where the floodplains of Assam meet the hills of Arunachal. A short drive from Tezpur, Paket is easy to reach. Just within an hour after leaving Assam, I'm surrounded by thick evergreen forests. It's always been a dream to come here. The forests of Paket are spread over 900 square kilometers and have an incredible advantage. Natural barriers surround them and protect them. The Kamang River in the north and the west, Paket River in the east, and the unending forests of Nameri to the south. 9 species of cats can be spotted at Paket. More than 400 species of butterflies, 40 species of mammals, and 4 species of hornbills. For years, Paket was known to be unsafe and faced with rampant poaching. But one dynamic officer, in partnership with 16 village heads from the Nishi community around Paket, transformed the forest forever. One of the dreams was always to come to this amazing national park, always, because such a huge, intact, tropical rainforest. And impenetrable, but at the same time, it was a den of poachers.
Yeah.
How did you manage to control the biggest menace?
I belong to the Nishi community.
Actually, yeah.
That is the advantage. And I know what is, who is what.
Right.
I know every one of them.
They're inside, outside.
And they cannot hide anything from me. I adopted 2 things. एक तो प्यार से, एक डंडा दिखाते. तो दोनों में से
combination of both works.
So
and it has worked. सचमुच सब लोग conservation की बात करते हैं, stakeholders involvement, and here is a living example. ये जंगल आज vibrant है इसलिए, and only because poaching has gone.
Yeah, department का ऊपर में विश्वास बहुत कम था कि ऐसा कोई आता है जाता है कुछ nothing. तो मैं तो कुछ करके दिखाया और वो लोग को विश्वास भी दिल जीता. तो इसलिए वो लोग काफ़ी मुझे कोऑपरेट किया, सपोर्ट दिया.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Some of the guns are confiscated and some are surrendered by the villagers.
They came and surrendered.
Yes, they came and surrendered because I warned them that otherwise I will frame case against you, and then otherwise you surrender. And to avoid this legal proceeding, they come forward and surrender.
They're crudely made from pipes.
Yes.
My God.
And this is the licensed gun.
Oh, rifles.
And, yes. One is a semi-automatic gun,
Yeah, they're sophisticated weapons.
Belgium made, and this 3 gun has case lying in the session court.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, this is important because if you want to stop poaching, you have to take strong action.
Yeah, and actually in CGM court, Chief Judicial Magistrate Court, I lost in the case, but my point was very strong, but out of some influence, I had to lose. So then again, I appeal in the higher court. So the case is
Well
going.
done. I think that's a great
And
initiative. I think
in higher court, definitely I'll win.
well, that is the secret of your success. Enforcement of law is so important.
Yeah,
And this example for others,
Yeah.
so that they stopped.
yeah.
Well done. Today, a special tiger protection force patrols over 140 kilometers of this dense forest. With a defense line of over 200 Nishi youths employed by the Forest Department, they work to protect their natural heritage, so crucial for park protection and management. यहाँ पे एक प्रथा थी of having head bands, feathers of these birds. That meant a lot of hornbills were being slaughtered.
Yeah.
So how have you managed to handle that?
ये हमारे विशेषकर हमारे निशी ट्राइब्स में जो हॉर्नबिल का बिक्स
हाँ, उसको
जो
लगाते
बिक्स को मतलब अपना हेड गियर में लगाते हैं थोड़ा अपना थोड़ा डेकोरेशन के लिए तो ऐसा हो के तो काफ़ी ग्रेट वाइट हॉर्नबिल हंट हुआ है तो हमने सोचा कि नहीं उसका कुछ रेप्लिका ये करना होगा ये सोच के हम लोग डेवलप किया है रेप्लिका अभी लोग उसको ज़्यादा पसंद करता है और बोलता है कि हमारा पास ये लगाना था हमें मिल रहा है तो क्यों मारे
That is so nice. So this is fiberglass and that's the real original one which you confiscated.
Yes.
So this is brighter and shinier.
Yeah, this is
Do they like
brighter
it?
and shining and lighter also.
Lighter,
This can be used in rain, in all weather this can be used, but this cannot be used in the rain. And this will have a
What a
smell.
marvelous idea, and I think they're substituting it
Yeah.
for the real. And
So people are now gladly accepting it, and now nobody use this original
so
one.
that means the hornbill is no longer being hunted.
Yeah, actually they hunt hornbill for this only. Actually now we are trying to do our best.
No, if you're doing this, then there is hope for the hornbill. It's a win-win situation here in Paket. The hornbills are protected, poaching is under control, and in return, the forests are bringing a new source of livelihood to Paket and its people. It's been a pleasure to come here, to explore, to sit back and relax, and to be a part of nature. The Nishi tribe is one of the largest tribes in Arunchal Pradesh, with a population of more than 300,000 people. A hunter-warrior tribe, they are nature worshippers and now the guardians of the forests that have sustained them for thousands of years. The Forest Department's efforts towards bringing tourism to Paket has encouraged a string of homestays to come up in the area. Local residents welcoming travelers into their homes.
खाना कैसे लगा सर?
bamboo
हाँ जी बम्बू है बम्बू चट के साथ मुर्गी मीट और ये साग बॉयल और ये चावल चूल्हा में पकाया था। लेकिन ये चूल्हा में इस चूल्हा में बम्बू में जी।
That's very nice. Thank you very much. बहुत धन्यवाद। Beautiful.
ये रूम देखिए, यहाँ पे ये एक रूम है, 2 बेड है। आइए, 2 बेड रखा है एक रूम में। दूसरा और देखिए, आइए यहाँ पे भी 2 बेड है। 2 रूम है, 2 रूम में 4 बेड है।
वेरी नाइस। क्या इसका रेंट है लोगों के लिए?
लोगों के पर डे 1500 लेते हैं सर, खाने पीने मिला के।
Oh, wonderful. Very reasonable. Thank you.
मेरा नाम पारो नातुंग है और मैं सेजोसा के रहने वाला हूँ और मैं पाके टाइगर रिजर्व में STPF का काम करता हूँ, स्पेशल टाइगर प्रोटेक्शन फोर्स और प्लस कैमरामैन।
In a forest where big cats are very difficult to spot, Paro has been lucky. He has filmed the first ever video footage of a tiger in Paket. But his interests lie in the tiny inhabitants of the forests, and I'm hoping I can spot a few things today.
हम बहुत देखा मतलब कि जो भी बाहर से जो कैमरा पार्टी टूरिस्ट या फोटोग्राफर जो भी आते हैं वो बड़ा बड़ा जानवर में ज़्यादा फोकस करते हैं और
Exotic animals, that's right.
तो इंसेक्ट में कोई मतलब इतना वो फोकस नहीं करते हैं। मतलब हम जाते थे और हम जो भी पेट्रोलिंग कहीं भी जाने से कहीं भी कैंप बैठने से तो हम लोग देखते हैं कि इंसेक्ट जो कीड़ा जो मतलब उसका कहानी को मतलब उसको देखते हैं तो अच्छा लगता है।
इंसेक्ट वर्ल्ड जो है, इंसेक्ट्स की पॉपुलेशन दुनिया में सबसे ज़्यादा है।
जी सर।
कई लोग कहते हैं 24 बिलियन है, 32 बिलियन है।
जी सर।
और इंसेक्ट जो है असल में मेरे ख्याल से इंसेक्ट्स मेक द वर्ल्ड रन।
जी।
इंसेक्ट्स अगर ना हो तो सारा इकोसिस्टम जो है वो डिसबैलेंस हो जाएगा। लेकिन जो माइक्रो लाइफ है यहाँ पे, माइक्रो स्पीसीज जो जिस पे आप रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन कर रहे हैं, आई बिलीव देयर आर ओवर 110 मॉथ्स हियर। सो मॉथ वाले के लिए, बटरफ्लाई के लिए ये तो एक बहुत ही बोनांजा है। वाह, ये तो विरासत है हमारे देश की।
सर जो भी कोई आता है यहाँ खड़ा करके उसका साथ सेल्फी लेके जाते हैं।
तो आज फिर आप मुझको रूस्टिंग साइट पे ले जाओगे?
हाँ सर, वो हम सेजोसा और दार्लुंग विलेज जो मेरा घर का बगल में तो पेड़ है तो वहाँ पे
नजर आ जाएगा।
तो वो 2-3 पेड़ है वहाँ पे आते हैं, जैसे 60-70 प्लस आते हैं, कभी कभी 30 ऐसे आते हैं।
Paro's village overlooks one of the biggest roosting sites of the Great Hornbill outside the reserve. Protected by the community, the chance of spotting the roosting birds is one of many reasons for travelers to come to Paket. For me, seeing the hornbills arrive today gives me immense hope. I can feel the change, the transformation of Paket, its forests and its people. Tezpur has the charm of a city locked in time. The cultural capital of Assam. Its history dates back to the 4th century. A 4-hour drive from Guwahati, Tezpur is no longer just a transit stop for Arunachal, but is a popular tourist destination in itself. Greenhub, a hands-on training in multimedia disciplines. The first of its kind in the country. A fellowship for the youth of the Northeast has been set up here in Tezpur. The objective to empower and engage young people from communities across the region for conservation using films and visual medium. The Greenhub Fellowship is a unique initiative that has triggered an alternate future for the youth of the Northeast region, strengthening their livelihood along with the protection of their own natural resources. I'm really very surprised, literally in the heart of Assam, to see this crop of youngsters, girls and boys, sensitized. It's really heartening to see that you are committed and dedicated towards mentoring them and bringing out a new crop of youngsters.
I've now been filming in the Northeast since 2003, like it's been a long time. And it's a fantastic region still. Like you still have such beautiful forests, you still have such a rich biodiversity. But you can see things changing. And my entire learning, I would say, has been through films, through video. I've understood conservation through that. But how do you really scale it up? We alone cannot do it. So how do you really scale it up? And so that was the driving force, I would say. Like how do you use video as a tool for conservation action, So can we pass on this knowledge to the next generation or to people who are working, who still have the forest, who still have the rivers, and use it to finally lead to bringing the forest back? At Greenhub, there are youth from all the 8 states who apply. Out of that, we select 20 fellows every year. So the idea is that over the years, can this set of Greenhub fellows become a very solid network of youth who create a positive kind of feeling about conservation? Northeast is known for violence, it's known for conflict. But can we remove those barriers of conflict? Can we transcend borders of identity, of language? So that's what one is trying, not looking at conservation in isolation as such, but really seeing that that is the bedrock for our future.
What is your grand plan? What do you see? What is your dream?
Ultimately, we are all, I think, trying to get our ecosystem back. The day that starts happening, I think that's what we're looking at. The day the fellow is able to bring back a forest, and when 100 fellows do that, or maybe 1,000 fellows do that, then we become a community, For example, one of the fellows, he said that, he used to hunt. He used to hunt birds, he used to hunt animals. But once he came here and he started looking at that bird through the zoom lens, looking at the close-up, filming a butterfly, coming and looking at the camera, looking at the footage. It totally makes you fall in love with that. And I think that is what brings in the change. So Mike, this is where the edit happens.
Okay.
There are 3 machines.
Yeah.
And during the internship, when they come back from the field, they book their slots and edit. So that's Sarah. She's from Meghalaya. Chajo
Hi, Sarah.
from Arunachal.
Wonderful.
So they're working on a watershed project in Meghalaya. Actually, a pilot project is happening. And they are working, the forest project site, which I mentioned, the Konyak community.
Oh, yes.
So there's a festival called the Log Drum Festival. So last year they documented it over almost 2 months.
Brilliant.
It's a fantastic festival where the whole community gets together. So Mike, here what's happening is, like in Meghalaya and all that, and Nagaland, there's a huge water crisis now because of mining and because of deforestation.
In spite of the forest.
In spite of the forest, and this area is near Cherrapunji, the heaviest rainfall, but they have severe water problems both for drinking as well as for agriculture.
Yeah.
So there's a pilot project happening there where they're trying to now select 4 villages and starting the watershed management system. So our idea is to document it right from the beginning. So over the next 3-4 years, we build these training kind of films. So Sarah is documenting this. This is the first survey happening of those locations. So it's crazy what's happening.
Unbelievable. Wettest place on earth, and yet tankers are coming in with water. This needs to be reversed. It is really heartening to see this initiative opening so many doors. The youth are the future custodians, and so wonderful to see them farming out in so many different directions, especially to some of the remotest areas, sharing information, sensitizing people, and already making a difference. The future is in good hands. Mizoram, rarely visited and still very remote.
I think the food was a great experience, and I believe really that one of the great things that unites people is the food.
With homestays, you still get connected to the family where you have lived with.
If you use more in music, in drama, in cinema, then only language will develop. So in that sense only we formed a band. And this is our main aim, to preserving the language and promoting the language.
It's just about skateboarding, doing it every day, getting motivated. So something like that. And it doesn't have any rule. You don't have a coach. You are on your own coach. It's all about, that's the freedom of it,